Shannon, how do you interpret all this?
Sam Amick reported, Skip, he says, Ben Simmons believes playing with Joel Embiid has run its course, and Sixers Media Day messages fall flat with him. Everybody's trying to increase Ben Simmons' value now. The entire league, there's 30 teams, 29 other teams know that Ben Simmons wants out. They've also, behind the scenes, that know that the Sixers have tried to trade Ben Simmons before. Ben Simmons knows that. Now, Daryl Morey said, it reminds me of a situation in Green Bay where things were said and and Aaron Rodgers ended up staying in Green Bay. So since Morey took it there, I'm going to take it right there with him, Skip. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, after losing the NFC Championship game, they asked the head coach, Matt LaFleur, do you believe you can win a championship with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback? And Matt LaFleur says, I don't know if I can answer that right now. They go to Davante Adams, say, Davante, what do you think the turning point of the game was? Well, it was 3rd and goal at the 8. I saw a crease, and we ended up with an incompletion. I just want you to tell me, Skip, what do you think Aaron Rodgers would have said and done had Matt LaFleur and Davante Adams said that?
Good points. I'll co-sign on both of them.
Exactly what Ben Simmons is going to do.
Aaron Rodgers would not be the quarterback of the Packers as we speak.
Exactly. And so when you look at it, Skip, Ben Simmons has made it abundantly clear. We came out here, that was a Sunday night, that was a Sunday game, Skip. I came out here the next morning, and you say, no, they can make amends. I say, Skip, it's over. You can't say that, Skip. I'm not saying I'm Joel Embiid or I'm this great athlete, but I'm talking to you from an athlete's perspective. When criticism comes from your coach and your teammate, it stings. It hits differently than the media. It hits differently from somebody outside of the building. Because you always say, Skip, we're a family. If your family says something about you, it hurts differently than somebody outside of the family. So now we're a family.
Okay.
So this is over. What they're trying to do is increase Ben Simmons' value. And I don't know how they increase his value because Ben Simmons' tape, his resume is his resume, Skip. They want Dame Lillard. I don't think that's a secret. But if you think the Portland Trailblazers would swap you Ben Simmons for Dame Lillard straight up, you are out of your minds. All of them. Gourds or whatever it is. Skip, I don't know if you know anything about gourds, but we used to cut gourds up and hang them up so the birds could build birdhouses in them. That's what we used to do with gourds. That's before a lot of you guys' time. But Skip, all this that sounds good. Oh, we knew we could win a championship with him and we could do yada, yada, yada. But just 5 months ago, not even 5 months ago, just 4 months ago, that's not what you said. You questioned. You didn't know the answers. Now, after you slept on it, you know the answers. Oh, we can win with Ben. And now, all of a sudden, the turning point of the game wasn't where you had a layup and you got a free throw. Ben Simmons is not buying it, and neither am I. I'm not buying it $3 for a dollar. So I know Ben isn't.
Okay, first to Daryl Morey's point, the comparison to Aaron Rodgers' situation in Green Bay. I will remind you that you said all along through the offseason there is no way Aaron Rodgers plays for the Packers this year. You said that.
I did.
And much of the media world said the same. Right? I kept saying, no, he wants to go back to Green Bay. He just wants it under his conditions. He wants some control, some input into the play calling, which he took credit for the other night. He said, well, he suggested the first play. I thought, okay, that's pretty good. Like he could sign off on it. He said, then I call the rest of the plays in the game-winning drive. Okay, we get that. He also didn't get any more money, and I thought he wanted more money. But he wants to retire a Packer, and I believe that from the start.
He wants control more than money.
That is correct. And he got a little, but not a lot. Okay, so they sort of paid homage to him just a little bit. They patted him on the head and said, okay, we'll give you this. Well, they gave him Randall Cobb back. Okay, we got that. Okay, then we go to Doc Rivers. He continues to insist that his remark was misconstrued. He just said it so indelicately. He just said it so badly that maybe part of him was just trying to dismiss the question in and of itself. I don't even want to go there right now. I'm just in the throes of the heat of losing a series we should not have lost. Even if he didn't mean it in the way it came out. Skip, you can't say
I don't know if I can answer whether or not we can win a championship with a guy.
He left it open.
Yes.
Instead of saying, next question, I don't even want to deal with that right now. That would have been suspicious enough.
Right.
But the way he answered it was so, well, he just sort of slamming the door.
Skip, why not, Skip?
Yeah.
Even if you don't believe it, sometimes my college coach just say, son, sometimes I got a lot of you guys.
Yep.
Even if I know we're up against it, I'm going to say we have a tremendous chance to win this ball game. Why couldn't Doc Rivers say, of course? We're all disappointed that we lost because we expected to win this game. You got the two best players. Normally, Skip, in basketball, you got the two best players. What's going to happen?
Okay.
You're going to normally win.
And by the way, just for the record, they were the #1 seed in the East last year. And for the record, back in 2019, they took Toronto on its way to winning the championship to the last drop. Mm-hmm. The luckiest shot I've ever seen in the history of the playoffs, shot by my guy, Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
It bounced 7 times around the rim from the corner. It's impossible that shot went in, but it did go in.
That might have been the equivalent of Justin Tucker's kick.
Yeah, I guess so. Except that there was really nothing lucky about Justin Tucker's kick.
But Skip, 66 yards, he hit the cross. Normally, he hits the crossbar and bounce back.
Okay, but it had enough oomph on it that it went
one over. Rotation over.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So now we get to Joel Embiid. So they did all the damage control. His superiors did all the GM and the coach did all they could do in this media session yesterday. And I do believe that the franchise wants to dig in and just insist that he come and play or get fined through the rest of this year. Right. And if he wants to leave, what is it, $33 million on the table? He can leave 33.
Because he's starting the first year of that $170 million contract. This is the first year in it.
Yeah, and he's got 4 more years left on that deal, just for the record. Now we get to his running mate, so to speak, Joel Embiid. I thought Joel did even more damage yesterday than he did post-game. Yeah. Because he just wouldn't back off. He wouldn't show the least hint of contrition at all.
Exactly.
There was no giving in to this at all. I shouldn't have said that, or I don't know what I was thinking, or I was just hurt because we lost, or something like that.
He definitely exacerbated the situation. Well, if they came off of Steph and Clay, what do you think the Sixers are going to do?
What? And he kept saying, I don't think I said anything wrong. He said, I really believe that was the turning point of the game. And he kept saying, I'm honest. I can't lie.
Okay. Well, you doing it now, saying you want it back?
Occasionally in a relationship, Ernestine, there are things you just can't
lie
say.
To him.
When you have a conflict, you just got to swallow it, because there's certain things. What do you all say about telling the truth? You know, you can't blurt out. Yeah. And sometimes it's not even the truth. Or I wouldn't be married much longer.
Skip, sometimes it's better to keep the peace than to be right.
Right.
And
just
Joel Embiid rather be right than try to keep the peace. Yeah. And in the process of him trying to be right, he's so wrong in this situation.
I'm honest. I can't lie. That's just me. So I don't have any regrets, because I don't feel like I put anybody in a situation where they had to feel bad. Wrong. You are dead wrong about that. You made him feel 100 times worse than he already felt, because you said that was why we lost that game. Right. Well, obviously, a whole lot of other things happened in that game, and I've pointed out that Joel had 8 turnovers in that game.
But he didn't mention that. Okay. He didn't say that, we had a chance, we had a lead, we had a 1-point lead, and I had the ball and I threw it out of bounds. It could have been a 3-point lead, or it could have been a 4-point lead. He didn't mention anything of his transgressions, what he did in the game. It was only that one play. So Skip, they played 12 minutes, 48 minutes. And the only thing that he could remember was the turning point was when Ben Simmons passed up a dunk to thigh ball for a layup. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that he could remember.
And he said, I also pointed out that Matisse missed one of the free throws, and he said, I shouldn't have done that. I couldn't throw. Why did I throw him under the bus for missing a free throw? Well, the guy you ran over with the bus about 15 times was your running.
And Doc was driving it. Doc had the bus, you had Ben, and you just shoved him in front of the bus.
No, that is true. So back to your Sam Amick point out of The Athletic that just got posted here a few minutes ago. The point from Ben Simmons' camp is that Ben has decided he does not mesh with Joel. Yeah. Well, I've never heard that before. You've said it before, but he has never indicated, nobody from his camp has ever. because all they did was be the first seed in the East.
Right.
All they did was come within a lucky shot of moving on. It would have been to the conference finals
against the Bucks
and eliminated Toronto,
right.
who was on its path to win the championship.
Correct.
So they have had high success together. And again, I'm going to repeat because I'm a Ben Simmons fan. Rookie of the Year, then 3 straight All-Star teams, and 2 straight defensive first-team All-NBA.
Yes.
And came very close to winning Defensive Player of the Year. So you got lots on your resume, and you've had high team success. But now the quote was from the camp that Ben Simmons has decided he needs the runways in the paint that he needs to succeed. Okay, runways in the paint. So he's saying he's clogging my path to the basket because he's posting, demanding the ball, and so I have to bounce it into him and then let him operate.
And I can't get to the paint if he in the paint.
Right.
And we'll Skip, remember, we talked about it. That was that year that Jared Dudley said what he said. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid missed a game. Ben Simmons went, 31, double figures rebounds, and probably like 6 assists. And then you mentioned last year against Rudy Gobert and Utah. We know what Utah represents defensively.
No, Joel.
He goes 42.
And
so I'm saying he
12 out of 13 free throws.
So I'm saying I'm looking at it like, hold on. He plays better when there's no Joel Embiid in the ball game. Because now he's like, well, I can occupy the space that he normally occupies. And Skip, who's going to guard it? The guy's 6'10", 6'11". You can't put no point guard on him. So,
and if he decides to guard your point guard, see Trey.
And when he decides,
you're done.
And when he decides to put
Trey shot 5 of 23 in Game 7.
And what, Skip? When he decides to put his head down and go to the basket, what? You can't do anything.
Because that's what I love about him, and it's hard for me not to love the fit here because even though on paper it doesn't work, you're correct about that. When I look at W's and L's, it worked because they were the 1 seed in the East. Somehow together, I know they each missed a few games, but together they have had high rate of success.
Skip, sometimes you have to look at things like a relationship, and I know what Philly is saying. We don't want this guy to go somewhere else and become the Ben Simmons we believe he can be. It's like a relationship. You try to hold on to somebody because you don't want them to go elsewhere and be the person they want to be. But at the end of the day, Skip, you got to let them be happy.
I have a very high-placed source in that power structure in Philadelphia, all the way to the top, who told me 2 years ago they have decided as a franchise Ben is more valuable than Joel. I disagree with that. But that's where they were heading with this, which is why they are fighting for dear life, clinging to Ben Simmons.
Because at least, the thing is, how many more years are we going to get with Joel Embiid because of his injury history? He's a big man, and big men that have knee problems, that have feet problems, that have back problems. Skip, you don't get healthier at that size as you age.
Nope. And I hope Zion, God bless him, I'm knocking on wood, because here we go, he's had another foot injury. But to your point, that's what happens when you weigh that much. And I don't know how much Joel weighs, but it's...
Joel, he got to be 300.
Got to be close.
No close.
But he's 7 feet tall. Okay.
So
Zion's only
6'6", 6'5", 6'6". Joel Embiid is every bit of over 300.
I'll buy that. Okay, so...
And running up and down. Skip, I don't know if really God intended men to be 300 pounds to be able to agile and be up and down the court.
Running and jumping on their knees and feet. Not a good idea.
On a nightly basis.
The Sixers are in trouble.
I don't know how this ends. I don't know how it ends. I don't know. A lot of drama.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.